What was that intro song? I don't know, but thanks for tuning in. It's Wednesday, October 22nd, 12:24 p.m. is the time. The temperature is getting a little chilly. It's about 11 degrees Celsius, and it said it was 8 degrees in Midtown when I set the stream up about an hour or so ago. Let me just check to make sure everything is up and running a-okay. Sounds like it. Novell Cost is here. Harjat, Medano, John Nicholson, Gavin, Kyle, Zach McNally. Thanks for tuning in to a weekday afternoon live stream. I got nothing in the video department. Literally nothing. I'm gonna have to make a video after this, so I have something to put on the channel for tomorrow morning. Last night I uploaded a video on the Stumbles channel if you're curious to see as to what my predictions are for the Jays versus Dodgers and listen to me rant a little bit about Ticketmaster. You can check that out on that channel. Novell Cost says this area has a nice aura. It does, and there is the aura he speaketh of. AJ Gaming's here, Alicia Lewis, Colin M. And for absolutely no reason at all, I'm wearing sunglasses today. My hands are already starting to feel a bit cold. Howard Charco is here. Greetings, Howard. So we're gonna get up and start moving around. I don't really have a plan in mind. We'll probably stream for an hour and a half, 2 hours. It looks like we might get some rain. I do have my umbrella on me, so if it does start to rain, we'll just have to deal with it. I guess I'll probably turn into a wimp and end the stream a little early. Ramona is here. Thanks for tuning in. All right, let me get my backpack up and on, and we'll get moving in a moment. I had kind of a ridiculous problem when I left my apartment. My Levi's 501s were making this really weird swooshy noise, and I couldn't figure it out. So I ran upstairs and changed it, just because if I'm making a video after that, I don't think you guys want to listen to what sounds like a little boy walking around in a snowsuit. Sheena Roberts is here. Hello, Johnny and everyone just popping in to say hello and have a good walk. We'll be watching with my dinner. And oh yes, many congrats to the Jays. Greetings, Sheena, and Life with the Martindales is here. My sunglasses make aura look green, but when I take them off, it is blue. All right, should we get going? But what's neat, I've complained many a time about the horrendous state of College Park here and how it's usually just a bunch of mud and slop. Well, the city actually did something about it. Look at this. I was hoping I'd be able to get in here and check it out. It's all fenced off, but they've laid some turf down. They've installed pathways that kind of follow a line of best fit. I don't know, the most direct route possible for crossing. So kudos to the city for actually addressing what is usually a nightmare of mud. I don't know why it's still fenced off. I guess it's not quite ready for prime time, but looking good. Great job, City of Toronto. I approve of this. Lisa says, as usual, impeccable timing as you go on lunch. Sorry I didn't time my stream to coincide with your lunch hour. Steph Curry's here. Colin says, gutted the Mariners didn't make the World Series, but you'll be rooting for the Jays to win it. Well, I'll level with you. I'm not gutted at all that the Mariners didn't make it. In fact, I'm quite happy they didn't, for obvious reasons. Yes, go Jays, as the Mariners join the Yankees and 14 other teams in the AL East, or rather the AL, in the rearview mirror. Jays aren't getting a lot of credit, but at least by the pundits online, but I think they have a puncher's chance. Fazella, Steph Curry, Sweekopath, yes, artificial turf. I think that's really the only answer for that particular area and plot of land. I do not have a plan in mind for this one. I wanted to just come to College Park and check out that area. I was hoping it would be open, but oh well, at least we got to look at it. Calvin is here. A local BIA getting in the Halloween spirit. Joe Haas says, let's go Jays. Yes. I revealed in my video yesterday, I could not scoop up tickets. Me and everyone else who isn't a scalper couldn't scoop them up. No thanks to Ticketmaster. Quality Farm. Oh, this is like sponsored by John Deere, a very anti-right to repair company. Screw you, John Deere. A lot of farmers buy their stuff and then find out they can't fix it themselves or fix it without an authorized John Deere repair service. When you buy their stuff, you don't actually own their stuff. Shitty company. It's well documented. But it's good to see some Halloween spirit. Mark Foley says, hey everyone, hope you're all having a great day. Can't wait for the World Series to kick off. Me neither. We're basically all just killing time till Friday night. Speaking of which, I might be live streaming the first game of the World Series as a hangout stream over on the Johnny Stumbles channel. Who knows, maybe I'll even do it on this channel. Probably not this channel, but you never know. I'll be doing it on one of the channels. This is Yonge Street. I'm not really in the mood for a Yonge Street walk. Maybe we'll make a left on Gerrard. Jesus says, hello Johnny, happy Wednesday. Happy hump day to you. Did Jesus have a hump day? Well, I guess first of all, he'd have to have been a real person for that to be a valid question. And I don't think he was, so either way, happy hump day, Jesus. Ooh, I like it. I love the extenders. But the soon-to-be super tall Concord sky taking shape in the sky. Randy Ruck is here. Yeah, we'll go east on Gerrard for a few blocks, maybe over to church. I don't really know. Yonge Street's always kind of busy and vibrant, but it's a Wednesday afternoon. Wow, look at this, a pink cement truck. That's a bold move, Cotton. That would be hilarious if it was like a burly MAGA type dude driving that cement truck. Yes, look at that sign. Welcome to Yonge and Dundas Square. And greetings everyone for tuning in as we walk along Gerrard Street on this chilly Wednesday afternoon. This is the coldest I've streamed since springtime. Or the coldest weather I've streamed in. It's the university formerly known as Ryerson across the street, old Rye High. That's true, Modano, or rather Nouvelle Cosse. Hey, Vivian Johnson's here. Greetings, Vivian. Just in time to skirt your late fees. How clever of you. Just kidding, there's TMU. Picard says make every day Halloween. Hey, we have a Save Our Children rally calling all Torontonians to come together to demand change and justice for those who are impacted by violence. There's the contact. Greetings. Funky Child says Rye High because all the dumb students went there. I think every university has a running joke like that. Modern Day Block says you and your family are heading to Florida for the winter. Oh, enjoy the nice weather there. And we're starting to get some nice fall colors. It might be time for like a Beltline stream. Or some ravine walks coming up. This has taken us firmly into Ken Continuum land. Just a reminder, if you want to participate in the chat, you do have to be subscribed, but fortunately, that won't cost you anything. There's a friendly community, so feel free to jump on in and say hi to everyone. I see Remy watching from Thailand, where Action Kid just was. Tiny buns, big fun. That could be a slogan that more than just a burger place uses. Greetings, Mel Bernard. Carolyn's going to be lurking for a while. Avant, now leasing studio, 1 bed, 2 bed, and 3 bedroom suites. Oh, look at this jerk store. holding up everybody so they could turn left from the right lane. How about you just go straight and then fix your mistake rather than hold everyone up? The epitome of being a selfish driver right there. What are you doing? You have a red light. Just go straight and fix your mistake, right? Cheers. Those guys get it.
I don't even think I have a...
Sorry, there's... I'm just gonna take my sunglasses off. Struggling to read some of the messages. James Carter says idiots. Well, idiot is definitely appropriate to describe that dude. Look at all the people they held up, including an ambulance. Damon Washington is here. No, Bernard loves dumb people. They do keep things interesting, don't they? As I go south down Church Street, cutting through TMU. So yeah, Friday night, the big game. I think it's going to be just after 8. Midnight Express says, unfortunately, Dodgers in 7. Hey, if it goes 7, I'll take it. I mean, obviously, that means anyone could win at that point. Question for Jays fans. If you could take one player from the Dodgers other than Ohtani, who would you pick? The Canadian, Freddie Freeman. I think that's pretty easy to answer. Yeah, we could probably pluck one of their starters. Snell would be the obvious choice. They've got about 10 players that I think you don't think twice about plucking from them, but I would take Freddie Freeman just for the Canadian element. No Clue says Snell. Yeah, he's the obvious one. Chris Betty says Freeman. Freeman is in Vladdy's spot. Well, if Vladdy has to go play some third, he has to go play some third. He's actually pretty good at it. And apparently, Bo Bichette will be on the roster, and I think that's going to create a situation that shouldn't be as complicated as people are saying. If Bichette can't play defense, you just keep his ass on the bench and put him in a pinch hitting role. You do not want to fuck with Springer. Let him DH and lead off. And if you put Springer in the outfield, then you're taking Barger or Lucas out of the outfield. So you're just creating a black hole defensively. And you're playing around with Springer's mojo. He's doing really well in that DH spot. So if Bichette can't be at least 95% of how he would normally play defensively, I think you just leave him on the bench. Hey, Peter Bradfield, after weight loss, I have tinier buns, not more fun. a play on that sign we saw earlier. But thank you for the first super chat of the live stream, Peter Bradfield. Hope all is doing well. And again, congrats on all the weight loss. Do I think Bo is ready? I don't know. He can probably hit and run the base paths, but the problem is he's already not a great shortstop. Like, Jimenez is a massive defensive upgrade over him. And if he's not 100% or close to it, I don't know. You need your lateral quickness and your range to play short. So I think if he can't make it out to the field, then you keep his ass on the bench and DH him. Because the alternative would be putting Springer in the outfield. And that would not be good for our defense, and that might throw off his hitting game. And Bo hasn't seen live pitching in over a month. It's not like the Jays have the luxury of sending him down to AA or AAA and getting some at bats in. Hey, Taco Bell coming soon. That's neat. Right at the corner of Dundas and Jarvis. Or rather, Church in Dundas. There's already a Krispy Kreme over there, an Odd Burger. Flick Hunter, good afternoon, Johnny. Time to restock the beer fridge one more time. You know what? I've been going through all the beers in my fridge pretty good. A Game 7 will do that, a nail-biting Game 7 at that. But thank you, fellow Torontonian and Blue Jay superfan Flick Hunter, for the super chat. Cheers to you, sir. Hopefully things go our way on Friday. Like I said, I might be live streaming watching the game if anyone wants to join in. Saturday I won't be. I've already got plans to watch that game with some company. Oh, at least 4 more times. Greetings, family DJ. The Game 7 was almost a beer an inning until they got the triple. Yeah, I had like a couple of beers over the first 6. And then, I don't know, they just started going down pretty fast. I'm actually the opposite. When things are looking good, I drink more. But it's cool to think, when I was growing up, Joe Carter was the hero. And to a whole other generation of young Jays fans, it's Bautista or Encarnacion, depending on whose homer weighs bigger in their minds. They're both pretty big from 2015 and 2016. And now there's a whole generation of kids who are growing up idolizing Springer and probably Vladdy. And those are going to be kind of all-time Jays in their minds. It's amazing what one swing of the bat can do. Well, Springer's been on fire the whole series, but that was a pretty defining moment for him in the Blue Jay uniform. Well, there's Henry's across the street. And St. Michael's Catholic Cathedral Basilica. Roll 2 misses 1993. The Whamco team. White. Alomar. Molitor. Carter. Allred. I think Allred was probably the most underrated piece of that puzzle. And he was what, hitting like in the 390s through August? I think he finished up at 363. And then they added Ricky Henderson, who sadly passed away. But having him and Devo at the top of your lineup, it does not get better than those two guys. I think that Condo Jazz is from the early 2000s, maybe around 2003, 2004. Credence was in 9th grade when Batista did the bat flip. So yeah, he's probably what, your number one all-time J? No Clue says Alomar was my favorite. It's ridiculous how Alomar has kind of been canceled. They took his name off the Wall of Excellence. Sportsnet posted a top 10 Jays home runs of all time not too long ago, and Alomar's was left off of it. It's like, yeah, right. That's probably still number 2. If not, it's got to be in the top 5. The Jays couldn't get past the Oakland A's, and they had the best closer possibly in baseball history in Eckersley, and Alomar took him deep to tie the game at 6. And the Jays went on to finish off the A's, overcome that hump, win the World Series, and then do it again the next year. Yeah, I don't think you can just erase history like that, because the guy was a bit of a sleazeball. There's the Metropolitan United Church. One of 3 beautiful old churches on this street. Greetings, Stan. Skylerton says, George Bell is your all-time favorite. He was my grandmother's all-time favorite, at least up until she fell in love with Juan Guzman. All right, we are at Queen East and Church Street. Russell says you used to live in Jazz and you enjoyed it. Russell says coming up to the second sketchiest McDonald's in the city, as opposed to what, Queen and Spadina? There's a couple on Yonge Street that are in the running, and definitely that Parkdale McDonald's. Right on the Queensway, Roncy, King and Queen, that intersection of 4 different streets, is probably in the running for that as well. Midnight Express says Tony Fernandez was the best. Another one, rest in peace. Tony and Ricky Henderson are no longer with us. He was certainly the best defensive shortstop the Jays have ever had. With all due respect to Tulo, as we make our way into the St. Lawrence neighborhood, let's just keep going south down Church.
Yeah, it's really our world.
Yeah, enjoy. Street lined with pawnbrokers. Gold exchange and pawnbroker. Hey, gold crashed pretty good yesterday. A lot of precious metals and resources crashed. Uranium crashed, silver. Hey, that used to be the golden tie, if anyone remembers that. And there is McVeigh's. That pub has stood the test of time. It has been there forever. And they're building a condo around it, which is kind of neat. Pat says, what's the dumber move? Putting in Fisher for Raleigh? Don't you mean Little? Or Bizzardo for Springer? Bizzardo for Springer is only a dumber move because it was a Game 7. And they're facing the top of the lineup. You just stick with Brand or stick with Wu, or go to the closer, your best arm in the bullpen. Both were pretty dumb moves, but one of them cost their team the series, the other one didn't. Greetings, Jeffrey Wu. And hey, we've hit 367 viewers. 34 minutes into the stream. Thank you so much, guys. I've got a collaboration planned for tomorrow, so I'll be meeting up with someone and doing a walk and talk style video. It's been a while since I've done one of those. That'll be on the channel Friday or Saturday. Alma says it's peaceful here, indeed. As we get to Adelaide East. Mike Landry, number 2. With the super sticker. Greetings, Mike. Thank you so much for the super. Cheers to you, good sir. Candace says, hey, Johnny finally got a Jays hat and shirt. Congrats. Just remember, no matter what happens, a true fan still wears them after the series, even if they're swept or if they do the sweeping. Doesn't matter. Keep that hat on. Keep wearing that shirt. Gertej might buy a Toronto Blue Jays shirt. Yeah, people selling merch are doing pretty well for themselves lately, aren't they? I don't have too much Blue Jays stuff. I've got a few t-shirts. I've got a Blue Jays hoodie. I've got a jersey. It's a Josh Donaldson jersey. I've got a blue hat, which I never wear because it's really old. And I've got this hat that I'm wearing now, and that's about it. There's the St. James Cathedral. Candace says jerseys are crazy expensive. Some go for $200 in stores. Well, you should see the price of tickets. I think in '93, someone paid $32 for a 500 level ticket to see the World Series. And with inflation, that is still under $100 in today's dollar. So things have really gone up. Chef says, why don't you coach the Blue Jays? Gertej's closet is full of Toronto Raptors jerseys. Speaking of Raptors, they tip off their season tonight. Will I be watching? Probably not. This is King Street coming up. Click Hunter says 500 level going for 1,500 plus right now, which is nuts. Ticketmaster definitely prioritized people who resell tickets in their queues, because they get to take all the fees off the first sale and then do it again on the second go. Sleazy stuff on their part, and very frustrating to people that just want to go see a game. I'm a huge Jays fan, and I used to pay whatever the resale costs were in 2015 and 2016. I was only paying like $300-400 a game tops, but $1,500. Nico, $5. I want to cheer for the Blue Jays, but also hate Rogers at the same time. What do I do, Johnny the Wise One? You do as I do, and you cheer for the Jays, and you shit talk Rogers at every opportunity, and of course call the stadium by its one true name, the Sky Dome. And if anyone ever tells you that that's not the name of it, then you can call them a corporate shill and an idiot and remind them that it is the Sky Dome. But thank you so much, Nico Azul, for the $5. Cheers to you. As I continue south down Church. We're in a cleanup mode after the vacant city-owned building beside us flooded our basement. Oh no! Hopefully they can get up and running before the Jays game. This place has had bad luck. This intersection was closed off for a very large part of the year, which really impacts your ability to enjoy being out on the patio here. And now they're dealing with this. I love that they're calling it the vacant city-owned building. Point the finger where it ought to be pointed at. Hopefully the city is covering their costs. There's also business interruption insurance that kicks in, and that should be the city covering that as well. This must be the vacant building next to it that flooded. That's probably a contractor or repair vehicle or someone who's there. It sounds like there's pumps or something going. Randy Ruck says, when we play in LA, there is no DH, so the pitchers are practicing their hitting as we speak. Randy Ruck, did you just wake up out of a coma? Seriously, there's no DH in the National League anymore. There hasn't been for quite some time. So, no siree. The only pitcher practicing their hitting is Shohei Ohtani. What's next? You're going to tell me the Milwaukee Brewers are in the American League and the Houston Astros are in the National League? Must have been a hell of a coma. Wayne says World Series tickets are several $100s cheaper in LA than Toronto. Well, LA has multiple baseball teams, multiple hockey teams, multiple NFL teams, multiple area NBA teams. Plus, it's kind of a car-dependent suburban shithole, in my opinion. That stadium is an absolute nightmare to get in and out of. It's a beautiful, beautiful classic stadium, but Toronto being the market that it is, it's no surprise to me that demand is much greater here. Plus, they're already kind of used to winning. They're not nearly as hungry for it as we are. Beep boop. Hey, it's Beanfield, the best dang internet provider in the city. Oh. Let's let this guy. Ooh. What a difficult turn he's got. Does he need the pressure of a dude recording this with a camera? There we go. He's through. Nothing to see here, folks. Greetings, Bean Butt. This is Front Street. Good evening, Chris. Ooh, St. Lawrence Market is coming up. I could go for a P-Mal bacon sandwich.
Do you think he was telling me off?
Stefan says, great truck driver. Well, he's got a lot more skill than I'll ever have. Hey, it's still pedestrianized. Please keep it this way, city. This is Market Street. Anejo restaurant. Peter Bradfield, how quiet your stream is in fall colors. You're sleepy. Is it really that quiet with all my yip yapping? But thank you, Peter Bradfield, for the super chat. Cheers to you, sir. It's the Bindia Indian Bistro. Chicken burger with fries, 15 bucks. Masala fish taco, 17. Market Street catch. Balzac's, a local success story. Grillos, powered by Gerrard. Pedestrians use south sidewalk. All right. I will. Whoa, nice. That's how you do it. Just turn into the lane on the other side. Oh, look how nice the Esplanade is looking. Oh, you're welcome, Beanbutt. As everyone honks at one another. Brad Palmer says Bobby's doing very well and getting bigger by the moment. Good stuff. Karen on the Humber says her TV went boom this morning. What does that mean? Oh, you gotta love these fall colors. Greetings, Stuart Whedon. Yeah, let's go south here. I was deciding where to go, but this works for me. This is South Down Jarvis Coffee House, brewing since 1964. D. Canuck says I'm very patient. You don't know me very well. Old Town Toronto. So earlier I was thinking maybe I underdressed, but now I'm thinking I got it just right. The sun's peeking out, it's kind of nice. I guess I'm going south down to Queens Quay. Lakeshore East and the Gardner East closed from this part of Jarvis. Deluxe Spa and Lounge. That must be somewhat new. Manicures, pedicures, nail extensions and design, waxing, eyelash extensions, eyebrow lamination, skincare, and facials and massages. They do it all. Someone says rain forecast. It said there's a chance of rain this afternoon. Those forecasts aren't all that reliable. There's the Sky Tower, and apparently they're going to be building the second and third tallest buildings in the city right next to it. They've revised the plans for that area. That'll be exciting to see. Angel Muis is here. They've shifted from commercial to residential for those remaining projects or buildings. Gaudibot thinks I've gotten more patient over the years. Or maybe I've just slowed down because I'm old now. One of the two. Randy Ruck says, okay, you're in a coma. Oh, look at that view of the tower. Man, Commerce, the new CIBC Square building is quite a ways from the existing two towers, just south of it to the left. Look at that. Mukbangs are awesome, says more condos, good lord. Hey, in a city with a housing crisis, I'm not complaining. And you can smell the sugar from the Red Path Sugar Refinery blowing this way from straight ahead. And the big new park they're building is just over there. And the Quayside project is going in just over there. A lot of developments happening. What they really need to get cracking on is the streetcar or LRT, if they can decide what it's going to be, on Queens Quay East. You got to get this area connected with transit a little better. Also a bit of a pedestrian black hole. Naudibot says, just imagine how much nicer this walk would be without the gardener. We probably should have buried it in the 90s. I mean, it would have been very expensive to do. It probably would have been like the Boston Big Dig and taken a long time and been over budget, but by 2025, I'm sure we would have been glad we suffered through it. One of the ideas was just to get rid of it and let Lakeshore absorb the excess traffic. But I still think that would have made things a nightmare at street level. This is already a miserable area to walk through. Randy Ruck, $5 just to prove you're not in a coma. Thank you for the $5, Randy Ruck, but the accusation was that you just woke up from a coma. I don't know how else you would conclude that National League pitchers have to bat. There's really just one in the whole league who does that, but either way, we're all kidding aside. Thank you so much, Randy Ruck, for the super chat. Cheers to you. There's a look at the financial districts. Hazy Nut says 50,000. Yeah, if I got a $50,000 super chat, I think I might take a few weeks off, or even months. Should we go take a peek at Sugar Beach? Apparently there was a big Arctic ice-breaking Canadian Navy ship here over the weekend. There's the Great Lakes Brew Pub. I've suggested this to a couple of friends who are into this sort of thing, but the location is what kind of poo-pooed it. $5.99 milkshakes at South Street Burger. They're coming at Shake Shack hard. Oh man, that sugar scent is strong. If I could go to Australia and stream from there, I'm sure I could. If I ever find myself down under, that's what I would do. This is probably the strongest I've ever smelt the sugar refinery. There's a 75 Sherburne bus being expertly navigated by that bus driver. Beer, with an emphasis on beer. Also, there's beer. I sure hope that place sells beer. Greetings, Stephen. Speaking of which, thank you again, Flick Hunter, if you're there. All right, Pat 75. Have a good one. That building with the Canada Goose logo on it has really blocked what was a really great view of the financial district from here. Al says, Sugar Beach, let's go. You know your ass is getting old when you see this and you think, do I want to just step over that or walk around it? Creaky old knees. We'll just go get a view from the waterfront. Yeah, not a bot. I don't know what you do with the connection to Union if they extend the streetcar. Because for people just going east-west, not everyone's going to want to make that diversion up to Union. Maybe you have like an A and a B. Union's not really big enough to handle the added capacity, I guess, if you terminate the Queens Quay East line there. The answer might be just making the 509, the Harborfront, just keep going all the way into the Portlands. Just make that east-west, and then the Spadina can go to Union. I don't really know. That would suck come the CNE when people want to go back to Union. Either way, it needs to happen. WRX hopes the Jays win in Game 6 in Toronto on Halloween night. The city would be incredible. That could become a most viewed walking video that night. Well, I usually live stream on Halloween night, but I'm sorry, World Series takes priority over everything. That could be quite the banger of a stream. How peaceful this is. I should have bought a coffee to bring it over. Happy birthday, Al. Beanbutt says Union was nuts. So many people. You went on the airport line but jumped off due to crowding.
Hey, boss man Johnny.
Hey, what's up? We've been sniped.
My phone died, so I can't mod.
You don't have a battery pack?
Not today.
You call yourself a responsible person?
I have a charger. I have a wall plug.
But no battery pack.
Nope. Not going live, so.
That's moderator Vasily. We've been sniped. Andy Wood says, I bet that water is freezing. Well,
It's always freezing.
how about Vasily just dips his feet in there and lets us know? You want to do it?
I would, but it's too low.
That's true. It would be a little difficult coming back.
Not this area.
And there's the Portlands over there. Howard Charco says, cheers, Vasily. Karen says hi. Madano says hi. Helena says, heavenly. Aren't you supposed to be in school?
Nope, not this week.
Where do you go to? You go to Humber?
Yep.
In, like, by the airport?
Yeah, north.
Jason says, not a bad day for a walk, Johnny. At least there's no rain. And oh, go Jays. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, there's supposed to be off and on rain today, but the skies have cleared up a little bit, fortunately. So it's starting to look a little better. I do have my umbrella just in case. But I'm going to get up in a moment. Which is usually all these seats are taken, but I guess now that it's getting cool.
I think the wind blew away most of the people.
Were you here when they had that big ship here over the weekend?
Yeah.
I was gonna do that on Sunday, but then the marathon was going on, and I was just like, I'm just gonna
They
record.
have it here every 2 weeks, right?
No, the Arctic ice-breaking ship.
Oh, that one,
There was like a Royal Canadian Navy ship here. Mothman, LOL. I was searching for a condo for rent near the Esplanade this morning, and now you're here by coincidence. Well, we were just up there in the St. Lawrence. Thank you for the super chat, Mothman, and that is a fantastic neighborhood to live in. I lived there once upon a time. This is
Hi.
I see Vasily, Alicia, Matthew, I believe his name is.
I'm Kyle Walker.
And Kyle Walker. We've been sniped. We've been
I met you one time on the subway about a year ago.
oh
I was a sweaty dude.
oh yeah.
Way before I started walk tubing, so.
That's the
nice to
first
finally meet
impression
again.
you want to make. You're the sweaty dude.
Yeah, I was.
Hey, man of integrity, right?
Johnny, it's your shit. Don't say on
Oh,
mic.
sorry. I think everyone just heard you say that.
Too
You
many
said it,
people.
not me.
Well,
No, what you just whispered to me. I've got a microphone.
Well, I had to
Yeah,
whisper
Joko's
because I
not
don't
on the
want
room, too.
to. You can't just.
Perfect clarity.
Well, I'm gonna get up in a moment. What are you guys up to?
nothing.
I'm gonna go get some food probably. It's about that time.
What are you thinking?
Alicia's
Oh yeah, look at
Finger
this.
is
Look
broken.
at the.
or fractured
Yeah.
rather.
Well, yeah, fractured. I tried to hold the door for someone and my hand slipped, and so my finger got caught and it bended.
And you got x-rayed?
Yes.
Where'd you go, St. Mike's?
Yeah, I did.
They're pretty good there. They have like an orthopedic clinic. As
Yeah,
someone
they
who
were
has
fast.
broken or sprained every one of my fingers at some point, it sucks.
For 1 month.
Yeah, and then there's going to be a month of like you can barely move it.
Yeah.
It's going to be like 3-4 months before you're like finally it's back.
That sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. It really sucks.
Well, I'm gonna give you an in-person super chat. Might as well.
Oh.
Kyle Walker, not necessary, sir, but much
Well, you know,
appreciated.
inspired us
You
all.
might have
I
to
think
hold
it's
it
really
for-
necessary.
Well, thank you. Normally we highlight the chats. If a mod wants to link to his channel and just drop that in the chat.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kyle Walker.
Shout out for skipping the Google tags.
Google tax?
Or actually any tags for that matter.
Yeah, that's fine. I have no problems with that because look what Google gives us. It's all good.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Got it.
Are, are you okay? Yes.
I mean, it's a phone okay, like, you know. I can try and get Johnny a new phone for $2,000 if that's the case. I could.
Sorry, guys.
MagSafe issues.
Oh, now the gimbal is being a little bit of a...
It's fine.
It's mad at you.
It's alright, take your time.
That's weird.
Damn.
I'll fix that in a sec, guys. Let me just put this in the wallet. Thank you again, Kyle Walker.
Pleasure.
We'll fix this wonky ass gimbal in a moment.
Mine does the same thing. It just like flops on me. It's the most irritating thing.
Yeah. Oh.
Is it the Osmo 7 or?
No, it's the Insta.
Mine just doesn't charge at times.
They all have issues, but this has been the best one that I've owned.
Same.
I just don't use gimbal much. That's why I just.
Mine actually fails in like strong winds. But that's about it.
Hey, you know what? At least Johnny has a cool gimbal that I'll probably might get at.
Okay,
most,
now
but,
do the thing.
$100. Okay.
It's not. There we go. Why did that take you so long? Okay, now it's in FPV mode, which I don't want. Sorry, guys. And Medano linked your channel, so thank you, Kyle.
Thank you, Medano.
You gotta press the lower button.
Oh, I thought it was that one. There we go. We're back.
That's such a silly number, right?
I use just the follow mode because then it doesn't pan up and down unnecessarily.
The tilt lock?
Yeah.
Oh, I like being able to do that versus the stick. Marge says it's like watching Walking Man Dude. Edward says hi from London, Ontario. So that's Kyle. We're gonna call her Broken Finger Girl, Alicia, Vasily, and Yoshi.
I just think like probably.
And someone's looking for something.
I'd be scared of these kids.
Do you ever get the feeling you're being followed sometimes?
Pretty much.
No, definitely not.
I thought that.
Just a bag of rocks, Kyle.
Gertej says he met you at Canada's Wonderland a few months ago.
I know, because I think he talked about it. I think Gerrard said he saw us. That's why. We
He
didn't see
saw us, no, we didn't see him.
Yeah, we didn't see him.
Oh, that would have been neat to meet him.
Yeah.
Edward says, thank you all. You're going to look at places I've been. You grew up in Toronto as a kid. Neat.
What if we done something with Johnny together?
All right, so I'm going to head to the waterfront. I'm probably going to go west for a little bit. But cheers to all 400 of you for tuning in so far. Friendly reminder to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and all that fun stuff. But says, I wonder if the tent on the fountain is still there. I have no idea what you're talking about. That sweet smell of sugar, Red Path, crafted in Canada since 1854. Howard. So should I walk off that ledge? Do you think like lemmings, one by one, they would all go in? I don't think it's quite like that. Ooh. I wish I could put poles up here. You were tinkering around with Streamlabs? I got a notification saying Streamlabs, Vasily. Or
Streamlabs, me?
like you were streaming with it?
Oh. Yeah. I have a problem which I cannot solve for the life of me.
With what? With
Sometimes.
with Moblin?
No, Moblin's fine. I actually just set up HDR streaming, but the Streamlabs bot, like I logged into my account and it automatically connected. Now I just cannot get it to leave.
Remove it as an approved user from YouTube Studio. When you go to community, there's like mods. Take it out, take Streamlabs out as a mod.
I've done that. I've also gone into my Google account and revoked all access for anything that says Streamlabs. And there's this one instance of it that still shows up. And I have no idea
That is weird.
how to fix it.
James Carter says, would I consider popping into the St. Lawrence Market? I'd have considered that, but we just walked past that about 30, 40 minutes ago, or maybe a little less than that. So sorry about that. Dirk G says, hello, Johnny and friends. Greetings, Dirk G. Morgan Tristram is here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. That sugar smells so strong today. I've never smelled it quite this strong. It's probably because it's a really windy day. Stan says they had a delivery last week. That's why the smell of sugar is so strong. Strong it is. Marge says, cute corgi. There's the Pinnacle Sky Tower going up. So again, there's going to be, that will be the tallest building in the country, but the second and third tallest buildings are going to be built just south of it. Originally, they were to be mostly commercial developments, but they've pivoted and turned them into condominiums. Oh, look at that crane. They're lifting that thing. That would be pretty freaky being that crane operator. Edward says, hey Johnny, I'll be in Toronto November 1st from London. Would like to say hi in person. What's the best gift card you would use in your walks? Edward, if you're able to track me down on a live stream, feel free to say hi. As for gift cards, no need. It's not necessary. But appreciate the thought and the sentiment. And there's that park that's still in the planning phase. Jillian says, that's a tall building. It is. Yeah, that was on line 2, right? It was the Bloor-Danforth line. Yeah. I was just trying to remember, like, where did I see you exactly?
You got up at like down at the station, I think, and was around. I just got off of work, and like it was so crowded.
Yeah.
And I just saw you there. I was like, holy shit, that's right. Opportunity's down, whether you look like shit or not. So.
Yeah, I went home and called all my friends and said I met a fan who looked like shit.
Exciting day for you, eh?
Forgot.
Quiet, cool day on the waterfront. So what I might do Friday is Friday evening do a live stream around the dome, and then so if you're interested, make sure you've got the bell the bell on to be notified of that. Then I'm probably going to run home, so I'll finish that stream up around 7:15. I'll go home, and then we'll live stream the Jays game from home over on the Johnny Stumbles channel. So make sure you're subscribed there and have that notification bell checked. I just posted a video there, one that's got quite a few views already, of my predictions of the series. and my experience dealing with Ticketmaster yesterday. Morgan's got Money City by Sloan stuck in your head. Could be worse, right? It's not a bad tune. I showed a YouTube short that was recorded from a balcony in that condo right there on my live stream on Sunday night. You visited two clubs, Fusion and Fluid. Are they still here? No, those are long gone. Those clubs don't have a very long shelf life. You might remember the Warehouse and the Government. Along Queens Quay here, those are gone. There's NBA Courtside Restaurant. Speaking of which, the Raptors again are having their first game of the season tonight. I'm just going to mute it for a sec so we don't pick up a copyright. Stefan Tudor, welcome to Silver Tier. Thank you so much for joining the ranks of Silver Tier. Cheers to you, Stefan Tudor. Much appreciated. Morgan says no limelight. You mean Slimelight? I am ashamed to admit I had been to that place a number of times. All right, Anthony J. Carter, good to know. Michael, glad you're finding some value in them. There's a look north up Yonge Street. Oh man. It's not going to be long before I'm gonna need to wear some light gloves. My fingies are getting a little cold. Toronto is powering up. Oh, is that where they're assembling it?
Yeah, they're building the new structure. I think the ferries are supposed to get here by 27.
Oh, so that's going to be the dock for the electric ferry?
Yep. They removed the trillium already. A while ago.
Well, the ferry fleet now is really old, right? So.
Very old.
And there's the West End. Oh. And frankly, I think you're the one that's both disgusting and dangerous. As we go west here, I'm thinking at some point I'm going to head north. It's kind of a quiet day to be out roaming the streets of the city. Lee says, just want to say congratulations to all you Blue Jays fans and for supporting them all the way to the World Series. You guys must be proudly Canadian. Thank you, Lee. I've been with them the whole season, but we welcome all the bandwagon jumpers. There sure are a lot of them. Michael says, hello guys, nice to meet you folks. So I walked around the waterfront in the live stream a few days ago, so I'll probably not do that on this one. Go up to Harborfront, but maybe I'll walk over to York or Simcoe. Salazar, let's go Blue Jays. Thank you for the super chat, Salazar. Cheers to you. Go Blue Jays indeed. Zero First says convicted felon and sex offender Trump won't be happy with a Canadian win. Does he even view Los Angeles as part of the US? Isn't he also waging war on that city himself? Yeah, it'll be pretty neat if we win. First time since '93. First major championship since 2019 when the Raptors won. And before that, Jays 93, 92. Before that, the Leafs in 67. So this is a city that doesn't see a whole lot of major championships. Yeah, you could talk about the Toronto Rock or the FC or the Argos, but those are not anywhere near the same tier as like the Jays, Leafs, or Raptors are. Morgan Tristram, $2. You forgot about these super chats. That's a good way to remember. Thank you, Morgan. Thank you so much for the super. Cheers to you. Gortej was 7 years old in '93. Hello from faraway Romania. We're watching you all the time. Cheers. Cruising with William. I'm well, a little chilly, but it's all good.
So you have to be careful.
We'll skip the park today. I walked there yesterday or 2 days ago in the live stream. Hey, Whitby Dude is here. Greetings, Whitby Dude. There's a 510 Spadina streetcar. I was wondering what would happen earlier if they extended the line east on Queens Quay, if they would still duck into Union. Do you know what's happening to the Trillium ferry? A viewer's wondering. It's probably being scrapped, right?
So it's being restored in Hamilton, I think.
Oh,
and
it's...
it'll serve as a I think they'll just make it a landmark or something.
There we go. It's...
I'm not sure if it's coming back to Toronto or staying there.
Well, it seemed... Well, if it's being restored, at least it'll find a second life somehow.
It's tugged out to Hamilton, so I don't think it's going to be powered on its own.
Morgan, this money will come back to me tenfold, $2. Don't know if it works like that, but thank you, Morgan, for the $2. Cheers to you. If it does, let us know so everyone can start pumping in those $2 super chats.
Does he mean you're the one that's going to give it back to him?
I think maybe just karma. Transit history by Mobility Scooter, former name Darren Parbury. Darren, thank you so much for the $2. If that's a YouTube channel you got there, we'll have to check that out on a Sunday Night Stumble sometime. But thank you, Darren, for the super. As a 509 Harborfront rolls in. And it's time to start bringing some light gloves in my backpack, just in case. Once you get a cold day and the wind, my fingers start freezing like crazy. Nose gets runny. The nice weather streaming days are over. They're doing something at Love Park. They're like building...
Yeah, I think exhibit?
We're probably going to be filming something there.
Yeah.
Doesn't look very, it's pretty temporary looking, whatever they're doing.
Probably for the news, right?
Maybe. All right, this is York Street. Julian says it was late on Monday night and the fans were going wild. Yeah, I was in front of a TV with a few beers that were open and some snacks. I didn't really feel like running out and recording or making a live stream. That would have been fun, Ken did, but I didn't really feel like it. Lisa is back. Hola. Hola, Lisa. I guess I'll walk over to Simcoe. Alex Grimshaw with the 3 British pounds. Thank you, Alex. Thank you very much for the super. Cheers to you. I'm gonna have to get myself back over to the UK at some point. I did a London and Brussels trip last summer. Well, the summer before this one, so in 2024. And it says it's a very chilly and windy in the Chicago suburbs today. The city someday should have a Johnny Strides Boulevard Street. Yeah, right. I am the last person they would ever name something after. They'll probably come up with like Sankofa Doodley Street or some bullshit name like that. Something from Canada be named after a street in Canada? No, we can't do that anymore. That's not enough virtue signaling for some of our city councilors. Angel Louise says this walk is really making your day better. Good to hear. Hey, let's cross here. Oh, I lost everyone. We lost them?
I was getting a coffee and Yoshi went to the washroom.
All right, well,
Random timing, yeah.
I
Can't wait for them, right?
I just keep going.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna cross here. I think I'm gonna go up Simcoe Street. I need to make my way back up that way. You're having lunch with them?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to Jellycat actually, so I gotta go.
What's Jellycat?
It's, you know what? Since we got to-
A place for people with broken fingers?
You to ask him, can I get one last selfie with you, man? The
Yeah,
other
no.
one was like kind of shit.
No worries.
Thanks, man.
Cheers.
You're the best.
Jellycat. It's a
Oh.
stuffy store.
That looks very
Awesome.
not adult-ish.
Well, I'm gonna get some stuff for me and my kids, so.
Cool. Well, so you guys are taking off?
I guess we're gonna find them, yeah.
Well, it was good to see you. Cheers, thank you.
Silly running.
Oh, well, I'm crossing here. So if I'm gonna press this. So maybe that was goodbye, maybe not. We don't know. Josh was there as well near the boat ride. Any plans to stream the Toronto Santa Claus Parade next month? They're holding it, yeah, usually it's the end of November, right? That's usually one of my bigger streams of this time of year. So yeah, I imagine I will be streaming that. As we got the pedestrian experience here on Queens Quay. Gertej needs to go on a rant. That should be a YouTube channel, Gertej Rants. And Chris says that's old content. You've seen that video before?
I used my last 1% of my phone battery to order coffee. Yeah, now it's actually dead.
Alicia, Helena says your hair is fire.
Okay. I'm no longer have my hair. Maybe by like sometime.
That's a long time.
I'm actually really hard colored.
Well, prepare yourself, Helena. By next summer, she may no longer have red hair.
Depends if the dye comes in.
That's
Why did you run?
Greetings, Aiden Thompson McGuire. Well, there's only 3 in the entourage now: Vasily, Alicia, and Kyle Walker. Creeper View. What kind of coffee?
My usual.
What's your usual?
Pike Place.
Pike Place. They always have that one. It's pretty.
Yeah, it's kind of
It's one of their but it's one of the, it's there, right?
standard Seattle.
Whereas sometimes you get one of the ones that rotates and you like it, and then you want it again and they don't have it.
Oh, well, the seasonal ones, yeah.
At least you know they're gonna have that
Those
one.
are usually lattes. They always have the beans for this.
Well, we've made it to Simcoe, so I'm gonna go north. Itty bitty building committee. I've never heard that phrase come out that way before. Usually it's something else committee. I'd very much not like to lose a bunch of viewers, so I'll refrain from saying the sentence that popped into my mind when I heard that. This used to be a giant eyesore of a parking garage, and now it was supposed to be 3 condos, but due to local NIMBY pressures, this whole lot is going to be reduced to 2. Oh, the Urbanity did a whole video on that. Morgan says the sky is the same in Chatham. Do you know where Pike Place got its name from?
Yeah, it's the first Seattle brew.
The first ever location of the first Starbucks. It says Whippy Dude. See, Vasily clearly does his homework before he buys his coffee. Not me, I put sugar and milk in mine and just...
Yeah, I can't drink it black. I have a splash of milk. They call it a splash. Because I can't call anything normal.
Dutchman says here in Arizona you have drive-through bikini bars. That sounds interesting. I wonder what the job interview process is like for that. A dead pigeon and some under Gardner art. But this is Simcoe Street. So I think I've just thought of a video I'm going to record after this. It's kind of a cold, gray day. There's not a lot of people out, so I'm going to pick a route that there would normally not be a lot of people on anyways. That way I won't get the FOMO. We'll do the 6x zoom, the modern sleeker logo. Lisa is intrigued by what? The drive-through bikini bar? Yeah, that seems like a very Married with Children 1990s era kind of idea. Oh well, the employees are treated and paid well. That's all that matters, right? This is Grand Trunk. And I only say that because I imagine that might be a place where people get harassed and not treated well by the customers. Lisa says, no, my route. Oh. Howard Charco says, I baked a fresh batch of World Series cookies. Give me a thumbs up and I'll make the arrangements and you can pick them up. I'll give you the address in your comments. Here, I'll drop a clue as to what area that would be in. And if I just so happen to be in the area, we could work that out. I'll make sure I'm wearing a bigger backpack just in case it's an extra big batch. Greg says the roof of that garage gave a gorgeous view of the Gardner with the CN Tower and Skydome in the background. I imagine it would have, and props to you, Greg, for calling it by its one true name. There's the Skydome just over there. And the tower. This is Bremner Boulevard. The last block was renamed Raptors Way to honor the 2019 Raptors Championship, just as Peter Street was renamed Blue Jays Way in between the Dome and King Street. I'm not sure if it got that name because of 92 and 93 or if it was named that just after 92. There's a little bit of history I need to brush up on. There's the CN Tower. Am I near the park with the heart-shaped fountain? We were near there. That was Love Park over at York and Queens Quay. Helena says, here, here, Johnny, 90s were wow, just wow. They were a different time. Being politically correct meant something entirely different from what it does now. People could actually take a joke without being offended. In a lot of ways, we need to lighten up and learn a lot from our 90s selves. Howard says Avenue Road in Eglinton. Oh, that's an easy one. Dutchman says if they're not here already, the Dodgers will be in town for Friday and Saturday's games. Yeah, I don't know when they would be flying in, but I imagine they would be here by now. You don't want to fly in too close to the game, but then again, they get the luxury of sleeping in their own beds and using their own facilities the longer they stay in LA. And they're a pro ball team. They're used to flying all over and traveling, so maybe they'll fly in on Thursday. There's no way they're flying in on Friday. That building there on the left used to dominate this part of the skyline. That's Simcoe Place. If you look at old photos from the waterfront, you'd often see the CN Tower Sky Dome and that building sticking up next to the Sky Dome, with the CN Tower being reflected on it. Lisa thinks your 90s self could learn a lot from 2025 self personally. Well, it goes both ways. I mean, there was a lot of shit back then. Also, I was a teenager in the 90s, so of course there's a lot to learn from me now. That's part of the fun of growing up. Joe says, thanks for the video, watching from Columbus, Ohio. Saying it looks peaceful today. Yeah, it's a bit of a quiet day on the streets as we get to Front Street. Maybe we'll just keep going up Simcoe. That place, Bumble Balloons, has been advertising all over the place. KB saw the Mariners playing yesterday at Pearson. Looked like they were leaving Toronto last night after losing to the Jays Monday. They fly Alaska Airlines. Neat stuff. And I think they're still going to do their watch parties for Blue Jays games at David Peckett Square, just straight ahead where Roy Thompson Hall is. They've got an outdoor screen they set up and some seating. Oh, there's a new Aretta. There's one of those in Midtown and another one on King West. Well said, Helena. Right. Morgan says you and your friends wouldn't run around Brampton like you owned it.
Hey Johnny, what CPU do you have right now? Is it 40 series in your streaming computer?
I stream on my main desktop and my other one. My other one is a Ryzen 2700.
Oh.
You said CPU, right?
No, GPU.
GPU. Oh, that one is a 3060. 12 gig
4K?
gigabyte. Yeah, well, it's got the NVENC encoder. It's got a gigabyte, or it's got a 12 gigabyte 3060, and my main computer is a 9070. That's 16 gigabytes. I just stream from either one.
Either one.
They're
So you can switch on the fly?
no, which I just set one up before I leave. If I'm feeling lazy, I just do it from my main computer, because I have to remote desktop into the other one, the streaming server. But any modern NVENC encoder can do it, no problem. So.
Well, I have an Intel CPU, so I'm guessing NVIDIA's the way to go.
For GPU?
Yeah.
Yeah, a modern, I don't know, you could probably do it with a modern ARC or AMD.
Not Arc.
I've actually got 3 like full desktops right now. No, one's got I'm streaming from the 27, but I've got a Ryzen 5700 that I'm not using for anything.
Wow.
So I need to find a use for that computer. I might just sell it. because the 2700 works just fine for streaming, but that's a pretty decent CPU. And I've got a 2060 graphics card and an RX 570 that I don't do anything with. So I'm letting some pretty good hardware just chill.
You can still get good money for the 2060, I think.
Maybe 150 bucks. It's a 6 gig card.
Not much of a backup for the 3070,
A 3060.
3060.
Yeah, that card is pretty friggin' good. I should have sold it when I got my 9070 though. We've made it to King Street, which is always kind of busy. A lot of people waiting for the streetcar. Financial district just off in the distance. KB says, you heard on the news they're moving the Jays watch party to City Hall. Well, I guess they're expecting a much bigger crowd. All these bandwagon jumpers, which is all good, the more the merrier. There were some people near me when I went to the game 1 versus the Mariners that had clearly never seen baseball before, just based on some of their comments. But hey, start learning. Whippy Dude says, do I still use the computer I built myself? I built all 3 of those desktops.
So do you think if I got the 5060, it would be fine for 4K?
Yeah, well, it just needs the NVENC encoder.
Because
But
it doesn't look like it has enough RAM.
I do it off of I did it off of a 6 gig 2060 before, so
Okay.
I mean, if you're trying to play 4K games, yeah, you want like 12 or 16 gigs of VRAM, but
No, not games.
just live streaming,
The encoder part.
yeah, you should be fine.
Because my GPU is crapping out.
I'm going this way. Angel Lee says the streetcar is your favorite thing to ride around when you visit Toronto.
5060 is. My usual. Oh, you know, the usual. It's a nice place.
That's University Avenue just up ahead. And there is Adelaide Street, which I think is going to be our destination. I mentioned I had a video in mind, so I'm probably gonna wrap this one up. I'm just wrap it up. But from University Avenue and Adelaide, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I go live 3-4 times a week. I usually skip a video about once a week to do a live stream instead, and that's what we're doing today. So again, I'll probably go live next Friday, probably in the evening before the Jays game, and then I'm hoping to go live on the Johnny Stumbles channel during the Jays game. So head over to Johnny Stumbles, make sure you're subbed up there, and hit the notification bell as well. But make sure you're subbed to this channel on your way out if you want to see more of this. Thank you, Brad Palmer, Gertej, Alicia Lewis, James Carter, Helena, Stan, Jillian, Howard. Keep in touch over the cookie drop-off. Lisa says, good job, you think? Thanks to Kyle Walker over there for the in-person super chat. Lisa says I missed most of it, so the jury's out. But thanks to our mods, Patreon supporters, channel members, and everyone else. But yeah, go Blue Jays. So I am gonna get myself some lunch and then record a video, and then it's workout day. I gotta go home and pump some iron, believe it or not. But thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Vivian. Yoink.
Every time I wanted to stay.